Who is Kamal?
Well, yeah, I'm a founder of actually more than 2 companies. I just realized I have.
Oh, more than 2. Wow. Yeah.
So Little, I think the story for Little was interesting. I had no reason to get into the logistics, and I never thought I would get into the logistics business. But Dr. Bitange Demo, he sits on our board. And one day, I remember it was Thursday, he had come to see me, and Uber drivers were striking.
Yep.
So just on the discussion, he said, Kenya must have its own app. When you compete with bigger players like Uber and the others who are very well funded as far as the capital is concerned, you can't compete with them on capital.
You should drop the bombshell here.
So, but guys, check it out. What is it called? Blue?
The company's name is Blue Beetle.
Blue
Beetle, yeah. And the product, and you're the first guys I'm telling you.
We're special.
You had it first here.
No, but at least now, if you get some dispute in Little, just call
just
me.
call
I'll
us.
sort you out.
You're doing more work than Ruto. He's more people than Ruto. Good job.
Kazi kwa vijana. Is Little profitable?
Of course.
Of course it is.
Be it 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, the number of ladies taking ride on Little goes up like this. We did invest in a local startup at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
How did it go?
didn't go well.
But it's always a risk.
In Indian
totally
businesses, Indian
It's
businesses, like at a very early age, the kids start becoming part of the
And I think that's what we miss as Africans, our kids. We were
True.
Those guys were told, go to uni, go find a job. It's like, I wish you...
I keep telling my daughter, but my wife is not agreeing. I keep telling my daughter, is there a need also for you to go to college? All these founders for Facebooks and everything, they are Stanford dropout, yeah?
Yeah.
I wanted to get that dropout tag behind me. Once you get a VC money, the founder gets into the limelight. When he gets into the limelight, then he starts focusing on that limelight.
Going to Forbes, going to
the product.
He'll go there and he's appearing everywhere. So I think then his focus is slightly diluted to what he's supposed to be doing. And maybe that is the reason why some of them fail.
Welcome back to Startup Soko, where we talk to founders in Kenya and Africa about their businesses, how they're going, the wins and the challenges. Before we get started, I think it's good to acknowledge what a week it's been, not a week, a month it has been for Kenya with, everything that's happening. And just acknowledging the people who've lost their lives. May they rest in peace. So we'll hand over to our guest today. Chris, say hello.
Hello.
Chris is back. Karibu Kamal.
Asante sana.
Yes. Who is Kamal?
Well, I'm a founder. I founder of actually more than 2 companies. I just realized I have.
Oh, more than 2. Wow.
Yeah, and I'm a techie by nature, so I do programming. I'm not a CEO material, but I'm a programming material. So I keep programming even as of today. And the first company I founded was Craft Silicon.
Yep.
Craft Silicon provides solutions into the finance vertical. So we do banks, microfinances, payment gateways, internet bank, everything that goes into the finance space.
Yep.
Craft Silicon started from Kenya, but it has grown substantially. Today, Craft is close to about 1,000 people company.
Oh, wow.
And we cover almost whole of continent in terms of our softwares. We also have several customers in Asia, India, Philippines, Vietnam, and the others. And at some point, I really wanted to get back into the startup space again. So that's how I founded Little.
Little Cab,
Little Cab. Little is it started as a ride-hailing app, but then the plan was to have one app that does several things. So that's ride, food, groceries, payments, events, movies, everything in one app. So that's Little. Little now is in 5 countries: Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Ghana. And So here I am
Wow,
today.
really remarkable. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And when did the journey for Craft Silicon start?
Okay, so Hustle actually started a long time back.
Yeah.
But the first business of Craft Silicon came in 2009.
Okay.
2009. Before that, obviously, no, you keep doing hustles here and there.
Yeah.
But the real Craft Silicon in the businesses started happening in 2009, 2010. With one bank. So we had a bank called ABC Bank.
Is that in Kenya?
Yes, in KBC.
The bluish bank.
The bluish bank,
yeah, I think I've seen it,
So
yeah.
they used to be called Consolidated Finance.
Oh, yeah.
Consolidated Finance. And they were looking for a product. And I met the IT manager one of the days in Westlands. And he used to stay next to my house where I was staying. And his bank was looking for a product. I was looking for some opportunity. And
Voila.
I said, yeah, I can do something for you.
Opportunity meets.
Opportunity means, yeah. So I came to Kenya for a job, actually. But that job didn't work out. But that's the time I met the guy from ABC Bank. And his bank was looking for a product. I said, yeah, I can do it.
So where are you originally from?
I'm from West Coast in India. There is a place called Jamnagar.
Ah, nice.
West Coast.
Okay.
I'm curious, did Craft Silicon, either from the initial stage or as it grew, did it get external funding to grow the company?
No, we never had any funding. It was all us. Yeah, never
Yes.
had any funding.
The money you get, you plow back into the company.
That's true.
That's amazing. There's no VC.
There is no VC. There is no VC. Yeah.
Up to date.
Up to date. Even Craft, little no VC. Yeah, we no VC. But the new
What's your secret sauce? Because I think everyone would love to. I don't know if people would love to, but I think you know the trends that are happening in the startup world. Yeah.
I think okay, so Craft took us almost 15, 16 years to reach where we are. Little has taken 7 years to reach where we are in. So if you don't have a venture capital funding you, then the growth might be slower.
Yeah.
So personally, I don't have pros and cons for that, but I've always started companies without funding.
Without funding.
Yeah.
Same to so Little. How did you fund Little?
So Little was much easier because Craft is a rich company. So Craft gave me some money.
Okay.
Yeah, some money. But Craft was just me running around everywhere. And I think those were good days. I still remember. And so the ABC Bank used to be in ICA building.
Yeah.
If you're in ICA building. Mm-hmm. Then the second customer I got was Guardian Bank. So that was about a kilometer from there.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And I was the same person running around both the places. So I tell this customer, I'm just going for a lunch. You run to the other customer and do something. Okay, let me come back. And I literally used to run with a bag. So one day, somebody told me that I should not run with a bag because somebody might think I'm stealing
money.
and somebody might shoot me. So that's how I started learning how to walk faster.
Yeah.
But I think I like that real hustle of.
I love it. I love it.
So would you not rather acquire a startup? You'd rather build one? But into that question, has Craft Silicon ever acquired?
Yes, we have acquired a few companies.
Locally?
No. So the one we acquired, one was from Tanzania, one was from South Africa.
Okay.
But they were at a pretty later stage when Craft was pretty okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you opt to acquire a logistics company, to build out Little instead of acquiring?
So Little, I think the story for Little was interesting. I had no reason to get into the logistics, and I never thought I would get into the logistics business. Mm-hmm. But Dr. Bitange Demo, he sits on our board. Mm-hmm. And one day, I remember it was Thursday, he had come to see me, and Uber drivers were striking.
Yep.
So just on the discussion, he said, Kenya must have its own app. This every now and then drivers striking and all that is not really good. We should have our own app. And that's how the discussion started.
Okay.
And when he said, let's build an app into that space, I didn't took it seriously, but he says, let's give it a try. I said, Kraft is a B2B provider, so I
Yeah.
never have any
B2C.
any experience into the retail mass market. So then he said he can take me to Safaricom, because he also used to be with Safaricom board. So he took me to Bob Collymore, and then, voila, little was there.
My biggest beef with little cab is you guys removed the USSD function.
No, it's there.
Oh, so that time it wasn't there, right?
So at some point it was down.
Yeah.
But we brought it back.
Okay, it's good
Brought
that
it
it's back.
yeah.
So convenient. You can hail a cab via USSD.
I need to try that.
I've tried it a couple of times when I used to be off my smartphone. Very convenient, because that's one point you're like, that's the only time you need a smartphone, when you're out, when you need to call a cab.
Yeah, I think it makes. I remember. I think I was in a cab, and I saw a driver who had the different providers
As they do.
as they do. So I asked them about Little, and what they liked about it was that I think they said the payment is instant.
Instant, yeah.
And like other providers where you have to wait for like 2 weeks for your money to accumulate, and I think the rate was also better for that. Was that intentional on how you had that built
I think the maths behind that was pretty simple. When you compete with bigger players like Uber and the others who are very well funded as far as the capital is concerned, you can't compete with them on capital.
Yep.
You can only compete with them in these innovative ways to serve your customers and serve your drivers.
Yep.
So from day one, obviously, it was very clear that we were not going to get any funding. We were not planning to get any funding. So whatever we wanted to do, that it create a difference where the customers and the drivers would love us. Even today.
Yeah.
I mean, yesterday the drivers were striking, but Little was still up.
Yeah.
And a number of rides increased. So the people from the other platform, a lot of them moved to Little, because Little was still operating.
Great. Do you think it'll take over the Kenyan market?
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. But I think this business is not winner takes all.
Yeah.
I think there is a room for everyone.
Absolutely.
And for us, we have, we don't want to get into the retail price war game. So
Because you never win. That's honestly.
you never win. Plus, again, a retail consumer, I mean, we feel, and with all due respect to them, is not a price sensitive customer. It's not a loyal customer. Because they'll
go to wherever is cheapest.
they open, Little is at 400, the Uber is at like...
Sometimes you check all of them. You check Uber,
whichever is cheaper, we'll go there. So we also tried to focus on corporate ride hailing, where we enroll the corporates, and the staff of the corporates, when they're moving around, they use Little.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
And,
it's a B2B play, yeah.
And I think I can say with a lot of confidence that we are the biggest player in the corporate ride hailing as we speak. Biggest. Nice. Far bigger than the competition.
Which one is more preferable, the corporate side of business or the B2C side of business?
So the retail, you can scale much faster. Yeah. Corporate, the scaling up is slower because, it's not anyone on the street is your customer.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the corporate is good. For us, it has worked very well.
Great.
You said you founded 3 companies. What's the third one?
So third one, I founded a company called Blue Beetle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Blue Beetle. So it's we are doing some lot of R&Ds into the AI space, especially the language models. You might see a product coming out of that company in about a month from now.
Okay.
I will not tell you what the product is, but I know it's...
But I think is it the one asking about like... banking, like always.
It's something on those lines, but I think it is going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Well, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you.
You should drop the bombshell here.
So, but guys, check it out. What is it called? Blue?
The company's name is Blue Beetle.
Blue
Beetle, and the product, and you're the first guys I'm telling you.
we're special.
You had it first here.
So we are working on an app called Small Talk.
No big talk.
Small talk. Yeah, Small Talk. So the details of the Small Talk at some point when it's out.
Nice. I think Michelle used to do some stuff there or something of the sort. But okay.
So that's the third company, and it's I have a lot of hopes on that product as well.
Okay, so you're running like 3 companies.
Yes.
That is very... No, that's good.
But he's not the CEO of Kraft.
But I'm sure he's involved somehow.
Yeah, so no, I am a techie, so I keep doing my techie stuff. All those boring work for the CEOs, I give it to the guys who come in a tie.
Do the boring work.
When I grow up, I want to be like.
I know. Yeah. Have you found, because I know people often say, but I guess it's when you're starting off, like just focus on one thing, especially like with Little, how you guys are building super apps, and there's a lot of, personally, I know Little for the cab. Like I wouldn't say I'm like, I'll go to it for like the other things. Would love to hear your thoughts around that. Do you, debunk me, or my thoughts around that?
So I feel you must have an anchor product to attract the customer, and for the anchor product is the ride, where the ride brings the customer on a product, and then try to give out offers which they can now consume on other services. So all our customers, I think 99% of our customers come in through the ride. Then at some point they get into the food, movies, events. Food has not picked up for us. Again, I think the same thing, you open up another food app, another Little food app, there is a price difference is there.
The price,
But movies and events has picked up for us.
Okay.
So a lot of events happening on the app. It's end-to-end ticketing platform.
Yeah, oh nice.
Yeah.
And can you see like what events are coming up? Like say this weekend I want to...
No, that's something that we want to add, but currently, you get in and you book your ticket.
Oh, you're just booking the
ticket. It's a booking platform.
Okay.
It's a booking platform for us. But then we also start cross-selling so many things. So when you are selling the tickets, for example, he needs a ride to get into that event. Little, you can combine that at the event place. If there is some food services, then Little Food also provides that. And if you have to do the payments, then the payment gets in as well. So we try to pull the customers, from different places.
The cross-selling.
And there's a wallet for Little.
Yeah, there's a wallet, yes. And that has worked very well for us. So some customers come to Little not for any of this, but only for payments. Especially, our wallets have pockets inside. So I could have an airtime wallet.
Okay.
Nice.
Can only be used for airtime. I have a health wallet, can be used only for health services.
Okay.
And so a lot of people would put the money in a particular wallet.
And specific services.
Yeah, and there's a ride wallet. So if I want to send somebody a money only for that ride,
advertising that to send you to your girlfriend to like
Oh, the
Smart,
way.
yeah.
Oh, the way that
and
you
that product, Wangari, let me tell you, is on the top.
That's the top one.
People use that.
There's nothing like I'll send you the fare.
No, I'll put it in now.
I'll put you on a little.
All that.
That's smart. I think that's understanding the market and building like a product for it.
So something else that we also did, and which we feel, I think these are the advantages that the founders should look into, customize and localize the product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
For example, we have a product that we launched over the Christmas and it's still running now. We call club hopping.
Yeah, I also saw that one. Yeah.
And that's also over Friday, Saturday, it does very well for us.
So how does it work?
So you see a lot of Kenyans, they would get into one club now, then sit there for an hour or so,
And
then
like,
move
let's
to
go
the
to the
other
next
one,
one,
then another one. So you can hop from club to club at a fixed price of 100 bob.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So I guess within the same vicinity.
Yeah, within the
like
same,
Westlands.
Westlands. So
and is it the same driver or just a different?
no, different drivers.
Oh, nice. So that one is quite popular as well.
It's very popular, yeah.
I need to download Little.
Oh my God! All this time you had it.
Wow, that is not good.
What is wrong, Chris?
I was trying to run away from. No, I had a problem, not on Little, where I put my card and then I think I was overcharged, and then the dispute period for me to get my money
And
back
that's Uber.
was too long, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this communication. Like I proved that I didn't travel and all those things.
Yeah.
So I just felt like
No, but at least now, if you get some dispute in Little, just call me.
just call.
I'll sort you out.
now I'll do that.
I guess just switching gear, it would be good to talk about like any like challenges you've had, especially building 3 companies. From like Craft Silicon to Little to Blue Beetle. Yeah, any challenges that you faced?
Getting the right resource have always been a challenge.
Capital.
There's no problem with
Personally,
money.
I think capital never was a problem for me,
Yeah.
and I don't know why. Okay, I also don't know why.
I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second.
You've worked hard, as you said. Like, that's why you worked for your money.
I think we had good support from. I think generally I've been a very lucky person. So when I get the first customer came in, they paid me something. Then the second came in. So I think the cash flow was a bit easier. But getting the right people has always been
In
a bit
the
of
team.
in the team. Yeah, and once you get the right person, also to retain them, as well as to align them with your vision, has. I'm not saying it has been a challenging, but it has been a task that I think needs some serious working around that. Otherwise, if you are not so serious about that, very quickly you'll start losing the right people.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
big is the little team?
Little is about 150, 200 now.
Wow, that's
And then 1,000 for craft.
Craft is about 1,000 people.
And then Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle is it's still incubated among the companies, so there are about 4 people.
You're doing more work than Ruto. It's a bit more people than Ruto. Good job.
kazi kwa vijana. Kazi kwa Gen Z.
That's good.
For us, actually, Gen Zs have really worked very well for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
For us, most of us interns, like the CTO for Little, for example, was an intern in Craft Silicon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah.
The guy for the CTO for Blue Beetle, the same thing. So I think our people has really grown with us.
Yeah.
There are people in Craft Silicon that has been with us from day one. They are still with us today.
Oh, since 15 years or?
15
Pretty
years.
good. And you don't have any co-founder or business partner. You're by yourself.
Solo.
So, have you ever tried to get a co-founder or business partner?
Okay, I have never really tried.
You've never really tried.
Really tried that, yeah.
You're a lone ranger.
I don't know. Somehow it has, because the first company I started was just me and it worked out well. So the second company, again, the same thing, it worked out well. So I have never really given that a thought. And I personally feel that, because I'm a tech person and I'm building the tech product, so that side is covered. The other side of the sales, marketing, finance, the other companies have helped me.
Okay.
And because I'm not raising a capital, I don't have to go to the investor and say, this is the founder, and this is the co-founder, and this is this.
Yeah, just make you focus on building a business and make your money. I think Chris and I always say we love that, and I do think it's an Indian mindset. Like, and for me, like if I look at
think so,
Kenya,
yeah.
it's like the Indian the businesses that are doing really well are
think
mainly
so.
like Indian. It's a really good mindset of just building a company very slowly by yourself, maybe sometimes with family. Which is really nice.
And I think also, so my CFO at Craft Silicon, he always tells me that business should be run as business.
Yep.
So, like even when the Blue Beetle is starting, even when Little was starting, he would make sure that, if we are spending $1, we must have a way how that dollar will bring $1 plus something.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think every founder should get a CFO like that right
At the beginning.
instead of getting merchandise.
The most fanciest offices. Any other challenges apart from resources?
Challenge is
Regulation.
so regulations, craft obviously regulation is a challenge for us. It's not a challenge, but it's something that would slow you down.
Yeah,
It's
okay, I see
something
what you
that
said.
if you don't know really, then at some point you really get into bad books with the regulators. So you have to be very careful. But otherwise, like in Tanzania, we wanted to roll out some things, but it took us about 8-9 month delay because the regulator was not approving that. Same in Zambia, same in Botswana.
Yeah.
So it sometimes slows you down, but that's part of the game.
Okay.
Is Little profitable?
Of course.
Of course it is.
No, just have to
For us, we want to scale the company, but we want to scale up profitably. Because otherwise it becomes difficult. Because what I also realized, again, this is my views. I might be wrong. Is the CEO's job, once you have an investor and you are into that circular of funding and spending and raising and then going back again, the CEO's 70-80% of his
Just
time
spent with that.
gets into the investor relationships.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, when he
When
develop
building
the
a
company?
business,
Yeah.
That's true. So if someone comes and gives you an offer to buy Little, would you take it?
So from that Indian business mentality side, I will look at the offer. But from my heart, I'll say, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, but you look at the offer. You'll be open to
I'll
it.
be open to look at the offer, but Little is too close to us.
Oh,
Not
really?
just me, but everyone in Little. I mean, someday you should visit us. Everyone is so,
Energized.
so energized and they would give their life for the product. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good product. Like, I think I particularly told you I liked the USSD, and I do sometimes use the app, but it's also that comparing of prices
Yes,
for me.
yes,
I will not
yes.
lie. I'm just like, I'm going to go for like the cheaper option. Yeah.
So then how do you retain customers if you're always the most expensive amongst all offers?
The drivers are happy.
No, but now you also need the
Yeah.
people who are traveling. The
No,
drivers are happy, but
something that we have realized, Chris, is throughout the day.
yeah.
And this is just one of the examples. Throughout the day, there are very few ladies who take Little.
Okay.
Because they would compare the price and go into the competition. But be it 6 o'clock in the evening, 7 o'clock in the evening, the number of ladies taking ride on Little goes up like this.
Do you still have the rights for just females?
Yeah, we do.
okay.
Yeah, we do. But generally, ladies prefer taking Little at odd hours because it's a very safe option. The drivers are much better. They'll take care of you. The same driver who is on Little is the same driver on other platforms. But when he's on the other platform, he's a different guy. When he's on Little,
That's true.
honestly, I mean, I'm not just trying to brag,
No,
but you
it's
must
true.
experience and try it out.
No, that's what I found out, and they actually love Little.
We love Little.
Yeah,
Okay.
usually
I
they're
did-
complaining about Uber or Bolt, but when it's Little, they're like,
I didn't know about that. I know that they like that Little pays in time, but they are the behavior of like ladies who prefer.
Yeah, because it's
Little.
very safe. I mean, you would have not read any incidents that happens on Little, any bad incidents now.
No, that's
And we are also very on top of it. If something goes wrong, I will pick up a phone, talk to them. It has to be, because that's the only place we can compete.
yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
And there's new competition. Like I think there's always there's Faras now, which is going hard. I don't know. I've not particularly. I think I downloaded it once and didn't go any further from telling me to spin a wheel. I'm like, why am I doing this? but like,
Did you ever think of getting your own cars instead of drivers coming with their own cars?
No, we want to stick to
Tech.
the tech. But we started rolling out Little in India.
oh, okay.
So again, same model, corporate ride hailing.
Yeah.
And shuttles, because India is it's a mass. A lot of masses needs to be moved. So we went to the shuttle in India, and in shuttle, in that particular case, to start the product, we had to acquire some assets. So we bought some vehicles there, but it's just to start. But at some point, we will be
Sell
out
them.
of it. Yeah, we'll be out of it.
Okay. And what do you enjoy most about your different roles and your different companies? What's the one aspect you enjoy the most?
So I focus only on product.
Okay.
So that's like the development of the product, the UIs, UX, and everything that goes along with that. I don't have to really worry about where the money is going to come from.
Nice.
So somebody else is going to do that. So I prefer to do what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And yeah, those other things which I'm not good at, let somebody else do that. I want to continue focusing on what I love. And because I love what I do, I mean, I can continue doing. It doesn't make me tired.
When they step back and say, I've made a lot of money, I want to be an investor, I'll invest in other local startups and manage other startups.
We did invest in a local startup at some point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
How did it go?
didn't go well.
But it's always a risk. So.
It didn't go well.
Are you
And
open to such things? Like in
no, I'm open to I can invest. I think if there's if the founder is really a committed founder and he can, I can. Why not?
How do you test commitment?
Okay, I think it's just a gut feeling.
Okay.
You can't do on an Excel sheet and asking some questions, but a gut feeling when people are talking to you, and you can figure out the passion, figure out where they want to get in. And I think for me, it has always worked.
Okay.
It has always worked. But sometimes I've also been bitten, but generally it has worked.
It has worked.
Yeah, it has worked.
Okay. You sound like you're an intuitive person, so you trust your gut a lot.
I do, yes.
How does sometimes your team feel about that? When we're like, I just feel like we should.
Or if they differ with your gut feeling.
with your gut feeling.
Sometimes they do differ. Not the tech team would not differ, but the finance team would differ. And there are times, the gut has not worked, we have failed, but then you have learned from the fail. But I think if you take the number of cases that have succeeded, the number of cases that has failed, I think it has worked for me. So I still am not. If you ask me to do a business plan, like the product that we are launching for Blue Beetle, the small talk. If you ask me to do a business plan for it, I mean, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Yeah.
So who does it?
So we would just launch the product, get the consumers, and then figure it out how to make money. Like Little, for example,
Wow.
when we launched Little, there was no option for corporate. We started with a retail, right, like everyone else.
Yeah.
And then, we were bleeding, so we need to figure out how to make money. So at that point, we said, okay, now that we have these consumers, how can we monetize the product?
That's smart.
But some of this flexibility comes in because I have one company that is pretty solid.
That is like you have.
So I can take
capital
some risk. So, sometimes founders may not be able to take that risk, or they might have to take that risk with an investor backing. So for me, it has worked. So number of failures in my life with the products were many. But you would not see that because they never see the light of the sun. You would have never seen those products. They would have never come out of the shell because they failed there.
You should be writing about this and putting it somewhere.
It's come to Startup Soko to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because someone argued that failures are much more important than successes.
Oh yeah, you learn a lot. I think you learn a lot.
From how everything goes berserk. So you've never gone through the prepare pitch deck, prepare business plan. How are you going to make money?
So let me tell you one more secret.
There's just a waste of time.
After Blue Beetle, I'm thinking that I want to start a company.
Yeah.
But that company, I want to start with an investor.
VC backed.
VC backed from day one.
Yeah.
Why?
I want to experience.
You have such experience.
I want to experience.
And I'm sure it will be easy for you to raise. I mean, you have a backing of 2 successful, profitable companies.
No, but it's all like, okay, you need to bring a co-founder who's maybe...
Yeah, I also need a co-founder there. So maybe I'll come here and,
Pick one of us. We're open.
We need to see a mix of different people in your
woman.
We need a woman.
A women founder. Yes, and you might then get some special investors.
Kamal, I don't think you'll survive.
Survive.
But try it out.
No, maybe I would not survive.
Give it a try.
I mean, I guess I've been, all these years, I've been making some decisions where I may not have to go and convince somebody.
Yeah.
So
you just have to convince your customer.
Yeah. So I might fail if I get an investor. You might see a headline that this startup failed after raising all that money.
Yeah. But it would be hard for you to fail at something when, you've done it the 3rd time.
Yeah. And it can't fail. It can't fail. I think I've been a very patient person. So, if there's something goes wrong, I can also take a lot of stress. So something I can perform pretty well even under a lot of stress environment.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Just
me.
So how do you keep that balance between your personal life and professional life? 3 companies. Are there sacrifices you've had to make in life?
No, I have a good family. It's very supporting.
So you're married and
Yeah, I have
kids.
a daughter, and yeah, and I think we all work together. We all figure it out.
Wait, it's
You see,
okay.
in Indian
Yeah, it's totally
businesses,
Indian.
Indian
It's so
businesses, like at a very early age,
Yeah.
the kids start becoming part of.
Yeah,
The
and I think
culture.
that's what we miss as Africans, our kids.
Yeah,
We were
true,
never-
yeah, true.
Yeah. Us guys were told, go to uni, go find a job. It's like, I wish you...
I keep telling my daughter, but my wife is not agreeing. I keep telling my daughter, is there a need also for you to go to college? Why don't you just forget everything and start coming to the business?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you should show up at little at craft silicon.
I mean, you see now that's the way I&M works. It's just the way...
No,
they
yeah, I
use
agree.
it.
I completely agree. Even for the business like hardwares, manufacturing companies, industrial area. Yeah, I find like at the teenage years, the kids spend a lot of time in the businesses, and
I mean, you must get up to certain extent. You must get the education, but thereafter, I personally feel, and not everyone agrees with me, is the experience you get through practically working on something is much better than going through the
An
books
MBA.
and MBAs. Yeah.
So do you have an MBA or...
Let me tell you something very interesting. All these founders for Facebooks and everything, they are Stanford dropout, yeah?
Yeah.
I wanted to get that dropout tag behind me. So I went to Stanford and I dropped out. So today I can,
So you're Stanford
I'm
dropout.
Stanford dropout,
That's why
yeah.
you're so successful.
And the next pitch deck that I will make, that will be my first slide.
I am a Stanford dropout. I love that. Smart.
you need to drop out.
You already dropped out.
I'm already a dropout, so
But not from Stanford, though.
yeah, I can register for one semester.
Yeah, those
That's
are...
all I did. I went there. I went to California. I was there for like a month. I came back.
That's brilliant. I love that. I really love that. Cool. Is there any, I don't know, Chris, do you have any other questions?
No, I think it's great. I think the last time I met Kamal, maybe it was we used to have the Nairobi Tech Week. Mm-hmm. The one at Strathmore. I was like, how much back do you plow back into the tech community in the tech world, especially in Kenya?
I'm not sure about that, but we run Craft Silicon Foundation.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So what Craft Silicon Foundation does is we have a bus. It's a solar pillar on the top. It's a fully internet-enabled bus. It goes and parks into slum areas, and we give them free computer education.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, wow.
And that is why we've come up with a mobile classroom to reach to them rather than them to reach to places where they cannot afford to come.
I was just passing by one day, then I saw a bus standing somewhere. Then I read there, I saw they wrote there free computer bus for young Kenyans. So I say, what is this? So I was motivated to know what was there. So I entered in, then I asked this. They told me, here you come and learn free. Nowadays, there's no job you can get which does not require computer skills. Maybe mjengo, but those are used a lot of energy, you get little money. But if you are using your brain, you get large amount of money.
And any country that generates a certain amount and above revenue, foundation has to go. So foundation now operates in Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, India, getting into Ghana and DRC.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think
that's a way of giving back to the society in terms of everything else. But in terms of getting back to the tech community, I'm a very introvert person, so it's very difficult for me to, get into social events and meet other founders. Very hard for me.
So you just don't do it?
Unless I'm literally pushed. I mean, I would rather send somebody else
From the company
from
to-
the company and represent me, but...
And he accepts to come on podcasts, which is another point to learn from him.
Because it came from you.
Thanks. You had that, guys, because it came from me. But I think, so much. Yeah, I think I've definitely learned a lot. I'm not sure if there's any like any nuggets or tips you want to give to someone who's starting this journey? Like, I guess we get a lot of young founders and young entrepreneurs, and even people who are currently in the startup space or starting a business. It'd be good to share like top 3 Kamal tips.
No, things not to do.
Okay, yeah, maybe things not to do.
Okay, to do or not to do, I don't know, but the product fitment is very important before somebody gets into the market. And also, I think a lot of founders get into, the Me Too businesses, because that guy...
The what business?
The Me Too businesses. The meaning... Like, everyone is into the payment space and I can see the payment is growing. Let me just get into the payment space. Then you get into the red ocean, and it really gets too difficult.
Yeah.
So try to figure out, I think, something unique.
Yeah.
Then it becomes easier, to grow, to scale up. What else? Getting the right people. I think very early on, at least for me, it has worked that very early on you must have a good finance people, a good operation people. Because once the finance and operations are well taken care of, you can focus on the business, on the core business and the growth. Yeah, and be patient.
And have some money.
Yeah, money you need money. Yeah, you need money.
Somehow, have a business, build it slowly, then start like explore. I think that's one thing that has come out very clear for me.
No, patience is for me because
absolutely.
I think people take VC money because they're not patient.
Or I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
you use it to turbocharge your growth.
But does it turbocharge anything? We're yet to see.
I think if you can exchange VC money for patience, grow from one customer to the other.
But some businesses, Chris, would need money to grow.
Yeah.
Some business. Okay, I think I've been lucky that, when I started Craft Silicon, maybe if I was starting Craft Silicon today, maybe I might need a VC capital.
Yeah. Right? But I think it's much
so it has pros and cons, and I don't want to, people to listen to me and say, Kamal said no VC, so no VC.
But Kamal has told me, I'm not listening. No VC. I think I like all the founders we talk to, which are the ones we're always like, wow, it's the ones who've not raised.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they're the ones.
I think you also learn a lot of lessons when you're a little bit patient and you're using your own money. I don't disagree that the businesses that need VC funding, but I think those make like maybe 10%.
Yeah.
The other 90% could be built just with patience and a little capital.
I think what's happening, and I think my maybe parting shot would be, once you get a VC money, the founder gets into the limelight. When he gets into the limelight, then he starts focusing on that limelight.
Going to Forbes, going to
the product.
He'll go there and he's appearing everywhere. So I think then his focus is slightly diluted to what he's supposed to be doing. And maybe that is the reason why, some of them fail and some of them succeed.
As someone once told me, once you see your CEO appearing on TV and talking about things, it's time to look for another job.
But again, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you coming here. I think you are on one of those lists. I was like, will he even agree or even respond to my message? But sure enough, he was quite responsive. So thank you. I'm sure the audience have learned a lot. And we're rooting for you. We're excited to see what Blue Beetle will be launching in a month's time. And here to support local businesses, hiring local people, and just building businesses right.
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me.
Anytime.
She'll have brought us some little t-shirts.
Oh, little.
Yeah.
Leave Chris alone. But thank you guys. Please, if you're not using Little, make sure we are supporting our local ride hailing product, and just check out any other products that they might have. I hope you enjoyed the founder series and look forward to the next one. Bye.
Peace out.